How am I prepared mentally? So mentally it's a competitive fight and I've got to bring competition. So in that sense, mentally it's not just about, all right, I want to box well and all this, just win. Mentally, like win, refuse to be beat. And that's how you mentally approach the fight, just go in there with a winner's mindset.
So Jake, you can fight basically anybody. You decide who your opponents are going to be. Why was this man the right opponent for right now?
I think this talk has been part of the conversation, and we've always wanted to fight each other. There's been some talk back and forth for a couple of years, and my goal is to become world champion and the WBA and WBC.
I don't think it's necessarily fair to AJ. I just know that I have the power and the timing. It's the shots that you don't see coming that knock people out. And I'm a tricky knockout artist that people don't give me enough credit for. I've won knockout of the year. So he has to be careful. And I do have the timing, the speed, and the tricks up my sleeve to be able to hit a shot on this guy that he doesn't see coming that can put him to sleep.
Jake Paul entered the scene speaking as if the celebration was already scheduled, acting like he'd already chosen the parade path and the soundtrack. He carried that trademark overconfidence, insisting once again that he's ready to stun the world.
If I'm going to be honest, I'm going to break his face, I'm going to break his body up, I'm going to stomp all over him. That's my mentality, right? That's a fighter's mentality, and I know what's in my heart, I know what's in my mind, and I'm here to compete. I'm here to prove myself that I'm the better fighter, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'll do that until I finish fighting.
Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua sat there calm and unbothered, cool enough to freeze a room. To him, this wasn't some dramatic blockbuster moment. It was simply another item on the calendar. And Jake's the one who asked for the meeting.
Who has more pressure on them going into this fight?
100% Anthony. Yeah, 1000%. This is something that's gonna weigh on him, right? Like, because of what you said, I'm going in there, I can fight free. If he starts getting touched up and losing rounds, I think the cookie will crumble.
Jake tried to cast himself as a bold rule breaker, the guy who looks at a heavyweight giant and sees a business venture instead of a threat. And Joshua answered with that calm, courteous tension in his voice, the kind that basically says, I'll handle this quickly.
He said, we'll see if the cookie crumbles. I don't know what to say. I'm confident in myself. Like, I'm not focusing on him. I just know what I can do, and I can't wait to show it. I'm not going to crumble. I'm solid. I've been through wars, and I'm still standing super strong. I align myself with some of the greatest coaches and greatest fighters in the world because I have that hunger.
Jake Paul talks about speed, sharp angles, and smooth movement like he's preparing for a Dancing with the Heavyweights audition. Meanwhile, Joshua kept it steady, discussing pressure, patience, and breaking an opponent down, the kind of mindset that makes you rethink every decision that led you to that moment.
I don't think there's any chance in the world, knowing what Anthony Joshua is a specialist at, he's a specialist at putting knuckles through your fucking brain, and that's what he's going to try to do to Jake Paul. And anything other than that, from a 34-year-old Anthony Joshua, will make us all think it's a fixed fight. Whether or not Joshua can do it, whether or not, Jake Paul shocks the world and shows us that he really does know how to box really well and moves really good and uses his jab and blows us all away with a strategy and a lot of footwork.
Jake claimed that only fate itself could keep him from winning. Joshua, on the other hand, responded with a calm, all right then, we'll see about that. It felt like pure hype colliding with pure preparation, podcast bravado meeting exam day seriousness. And the contrast was impossible to miss.
Secrets to boxing a guy like
just
like
get him
Joshua?
with the right hand. That's what Jake Paul's looking for, the right hand. And if he lands, he could do good damage. So a lot of people underestimate Jake Paul, but in reality, he's a good fighter and he's dedicated, and that's what I like about
You had Jake selling confidence with a motivational speaker grin, while Joshua carried the quiet assurance of someone who already knows the ending to the story. And right when the tension between them seemed ready to erupt, Eddie Hearn stepped in, cool and steady, like a taxi driver watching two luxury cars argue over who's quicker, and simply said, "Easy, boys. We've already crunched the numbers."
You're quoted on record saying that you and AJ must retire if Jake Paul wins on December 19th. Stand by that?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I suppose so. Yeah. Look, I don't see a world where Jake Paul wins this fight. I know that boxing's boxing. I mean, what was it? Roy Jones came out this morning and said Jake Paul can win this fight.
Teddy Atlas as well.
Teddy Atlas. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, now I'm a bit worried. I won't retire. AJ should retire if he loses.
I'm sitting there thinking, this guy is talking about retirement clauses with the same ease most people discuss vacation plans, and it's still brutally cold. Eddie basically implied, if AJ loses, forget the press conference. We'll be organizing a farewell tour. And he said it so politely you almost feel like clapping. The best part? He broke down the weight difference like a fitness coach giving a pep talk, reminding everyone that a slimmer Joshua is a sharper Joshua, which, in boxing terms, translates to fewer gym mirror selfies and a lot more reason for his opponents to lose sleep.
Forget, AJ's never made weight before, so all of a sudden he's tried. You know, he's been in camp for, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks, and he's probably sitting at, I don't know, 260, 265, and it's like, you got to make 245. It's 20 pounds. The weight clause and all of this is going to be an issue. It's something we have to keep our eye on. But I think AJ feels great. I think actually the lighter AJ is, the better he is.
Meanwhile, Jake is still carrying himself with that superhero level confidence, and honestly, you have to admire it. But swagger without true heavyweight experience is like serving a plain steak and calling it fine dining. Everyone watching can sense the reality of the situation. This isn't playtime. Team Joshua is approaching the fight with world title seriousness, and Eddie delivers that message with the smoothness of a formal royal announcement. So I'm looking at you like, get your bets ready and your popcorn out. Because one man is dreaming out loud while the other is quietly sharpening weapons. And history tends to favor the craftsman who shows up with the full toolkit, not the guy giving the motivational speech.
I see AJ winning this fight with ease, comprehensively, destructively, violently, and I don't see a world where Jake Paul is competitive in the fight, let alone win the fight. But luckily, AJ's not preparing in a way that he just thinks it's a joke. He's preparing for Jake Paul like he's a world title contender. Yes, it's been a little bit of a shorter camp. Yes, we've got to make weight this time around, but it doesn't matter.
Just when Eddie Hearn had everyone locked into full executive mode, discussing weight cuts, contract clauses, and Joshua moving like a perfectly engineered machine, the conversation smoothly shifted into a Oladipo territory. And suddenly the tone changed from corporate precision to that one friend who knows every boxing stat by heart and still shows up to the debate with snacks. I'm sitting there thinking, Aid doesn't just analyze boxing. He delivers it, like every questionable scorecard since 2009 personally ruined his weekend.
One in the top 10, where AJ's taking it seriously. He's answering the questions direct that Ariel's throwing him. There was no, yeah, we're here to kind of fuck around. It's going to be easy. Give me my money. Let me run back to the UK. This was AJ's like, no, we're taking this seriously. And that ain't a good thing for Jake Paul. It isn't. And AJ's that guy anyway. Like, I would never doubt that AJ would take this seriously. For Jake Paul, I do wonder if realization is kicking in, or maybe he is just that delusional where he doesn't.
Aid looks at AJ versus Jake Paul. You can practically hear the polite disbelief in his voice. The same tone you'd use if someone told you they were challenging a lion to a push-up contest. Meanwhile, Jake is out here selling ambition and confidence like a late-night infomercial host, while Joshua sits there with the energy of a man who literally sets alarms to stay disciplined. One guy is shouting, "Believe in yourself," and the other is quietly double-checking the talk on his right hand. Then they'd start sweeping through the rest of the boxing landscape, and I'm sitting with you nodding like, yeah, this sport really tried to find peace and quiet, before immediately cancelling the idea altogether.
In press conference, I think one of the biggest takeaways was, and I think we knew this on the circuit anyway, that AJ had left Ben Davison, but he confirmed it. And then he said he's training with Igor. And I wish Ariel pushed him a bit more, because I have no idea who Igor is. I feel like I know quite a few people in this Alexander Usyk camp where AJ is and has been for a while now. But Igor is most certainly not Alexander Usyk's #1 trainer. So I'm guessing it's just someone in the camp. But AJ is now training with that.
From British heavyweight bouts to global boxing politics, it seems like every name is trying to steal the spotlight on the same fight card. But the way Aid presents it all is pure brilliance. He keeps his commentary sharp, grounded, and just self-aware enough to make you laugh without losing sight of what's at stake. It's like watching a veteran coach break down chaos with a perfectly straight face. And that's what I love. Because behind every bold prediction and playful jab lies an unspoken truth. Boxing doesn't reward noise. It rewards preparation. That blend of drama, discipline, and controlled chaos is exactly why we can't tear our eyes away.
We'll still stand firm and say AJ should, not will, should get rid of Jake Paul in one round. Should. And if he doesn't, then it's more, my questions will be more to AJ. But I'm confident AJ gets this done, and I'm confident AJ hasn't come to play around. So this isn't a case of AJ just come to kind of give the American audience a show and just, you know, make Jake Paul look silly and make Jake Paul miss. And no, I think AJ's come to do damage, collect the check, and go to Saudi and have this fight in February.
Just as Aid had us spiraling into disbelief, Johnny Nelson steps in and shifts the perspective to veteran mode. He gives that seasoned boxer stare, the kind that says he's seen this movie before and already knows how the final act will play out, that I'm sitting here thinking exactly what Johnny's thinking. Jake is talking like someone who just discovered motivational quotes and now believes he can dance through a heavyweight storm. Confidence is great. We all love it. But this isn't a charity fun run. Anthony Joshua stands there like he's running late for a very serious appointment. You can hear it in Johnny's tone, that polite yet lethal warning that essentially says, enjoy the moment, kid, but choose your next steps carefully.
At itself, I want to see what AJ's presence in front of Jake Paul will be like. Because AJ, especially when it comes to fighting, is a serious dude. And I know Jake Paul, the problem child, he can be rude, he can be in your face. Remember when he snatched Floyd Mayweather's hat? And they do all the kind of things. Mike Tyson ended up slapping him in his face and standing on his toe. I think Jake Paul got there, looked up and thought, shall I chance?
Don't get me wrong. Jake's audacity is almost impressive. In that did he really just say that kind of way? He's out there selling belief, drama, disruption, the full Hollywood trailer package. Part of me can't help but laugh, while the other part is making sure AJ's gloves are properly fastened. Because when Nelson reminds us that boxing isn't a playground, he's not exaggerating, he's speaking reality. Joshua doesn't need theatrics or viral moments. All he needs is one precise opening, and the entire dynamic shifts instantly. It's like watching someone try to play Monopoly against a chess grandmaster.
AJ, I'm stuck in betwixt and between. Because nobody on this green earth would actually turn down 50, 60 million to fight Jake Paul. And people that don't like this will probably watch it because they want to see Jake Paul getting knocked out. So what's it say about AJ and what's it say about Jake Paul? I think I was thinking upside down. For AJ, I thought, my man's cashing out. He's cashing out because he's going down this minute line. But I thought in reality...
And that's where the drama gets really compelling. Everyone watching knows Jake's confidence talks big. It loves cashing checks. But Anthony Joshua's presence is the kind that turns a press conference into a performance review. Johnny Nelson is basically sending the same message. Enjoy the energy. Enjoy the jokes. But don't mistake hype for safety. If Jake treats this like a content experiment while Joshua approaches it like a serious professional task, that contrast alone could be louder than any cheer in the arena. That tension is exactly why we can't look away. Bottom line, we're watching raw confidence collide with seasoned credentials, hype collide with heavyweight reality. Every moment feels scripted by chaos with a sense of humor. Jake is dreaming big, AJ is precise and surgical, and that tension alone could sell tickets to an empty arena. Where do you stand on all of this? Is it a miracle waiting to happen or a masterclass in the making? Share your thoughts like it's a full-on debate panel. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters. See you in the next one.